Wait, that's
And we're
happening?
kind of on time.
Shit,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, we're recording
Yeah.
for realsies.
10:49.
Well, this is
Oh, did you want to wait? Because we can totally not.
It don't matter.
Okay.
I don't care.
no, damn it. We live broadcast. That's what it is. We live recording. So if he wants to
It's
eat
live.
food on the
We're
record,
in a bar. We
Super
do
nachos. Fuck
We,
yeah.
we
Bar
do
stuff.
drinks. No, you drink drinks, Phil. That's what you do with them. You don't do them. You drink them.
you don't do your drinks.
You don't chastise
We
inner
eat
Phil
food.
on
If
that.
we want. Hey, if you want to do
No one's
drinks, I'm
base-
not gonna
It's
discriminate.
back
Well,
here, free base and alcohol and everything.
if the neck of the bottle was a little more wider, maybe.
Wowzers! All right.
Just a little bit. Just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit. Anyway,
I don't
Wow,
even know what that was.
all right. We're gonna.
And we're going to
Shots.
the wheel of shots.
Shots. Do it.
Oh,
What do we got?
Cream pie.
Oh
I don't know.
What?
Like a porn cream pie?
no, Rumplemans.
Ooh,
Rumplemans.
it's gonna be one of those. nights.
Yes.
Wow.
Hells yes.
This is gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
4 shots of the rump.
Do
Rumple.
the rumpty rump.
The rumpty dance is a chance to get your ass on the ground.
We're playing that. I'm playing that now. Dang
It's
it.
not on the jukebox. I've
It's
looked.
n- the
It's
Humpty
not.
Dance
It's
is
not?
not
No,
on the jukebox.
I don't believe
that makes
y'all.
me sad.
No.
I've looked before. It's not there.
sorry.
Unless they changed it.
Okay, if I can't find the Humpty Dance, I'm gonna at least play Rump Shaker.
Okay, there
At
you
least
go.
Rump
That's a
Shaker.
good one.
Rump Shaker.
Rump shaker.
You know
I
what?
think they have that
You know
whole
what?
album, but Humpty Dance.
We're just gonna do a small little burst of booty songs.
Booty songs.
We're just gonna go with booty bop
Oh,
songs.
okay.
All right, just
I
for the
like
hell
it.
of it.
I like it.
Find some 2 Live Crew.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope.
I think they're
Wow.
gonna have like OPP
Oh, yeah.
on there.
Wow, there really is no Humpty Dance. That's sad.
Yes.
That hurts my soul. Whatever's
does.
left of it, it hurts.
Yeah.
Have a soul.
But they have
Whatever was
I
left
sold
of it.
mine to
and
Chris
2 Live
Poteet.
Crew. They only have OPP.
But we can do OPP. Yeah, it's close enough to the butt. We can work with that.
Or you could do Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts.
yeah.
Queen, big bottom girls.
No, we heard that the other night.
Fat bottom girls.
Fat bottom girls.
Sorry.
No. We already heard that the other night, so
It's not like the audience has heard it.
that's true.
Nice.
Do it on a boom
Zoom,
boom.
zoom, zoom, and a boom, boom.
Just
shake your rump.
Okay, that's happening.
We came so ill prepared with nothing to talk about this week. We're just gonna play sing along for the next hour, where you can hear us singing, but
Well,
you can't hear the music
so-
in the
So
background.
we had a plan, but
Yeah.
We
Bill
did.
has
We did.
been behind.
I'm
You're
sorry.
busy.
That
Nick,
I dropped the ball there.
thanks to
Here,
Time Warner Cable, has
I'll explain.
still not.
First and foremost,
do not have fucking
fuck
internet.
Time Warner Cable
Yes.
for
So-
fucking this up for Nick
Yes.
in his new apartment.
Yeah, so,
So-
whoever I spoke to that night after
Yeah.
that guy came, like, they just didn't bother submitting the ticket that someone was
Wow.
supposed to come out the next
Awesome.
day.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
Fucking professional.
so if you don't know, the plan for today was that we were all gonna watch Daredevil season 2
it's true.
from front
And
to back,
Purge on the show.
It's true. Yeah.
and then talk about it and spoil it for everybody today.
Yeah, and Paul's already made it all the way through.
Yes.
Jimmy's more than halfway through,
I'm
I
about
think.
9 right now.
Yeah.
This is,
So-
episode
You're
9.
almost done.
It's-
I literally haven't started it. Nick hasn't started it.
Nope.
I have a worse excuse than Nick. Nick's got a legitimate excuse, but I just straight up have not found the time. This when did it come out? Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday,
Yeah.
11
Have-
a.m. our time.
Have not even started episode 1. Very excited
That's how
to
much I
eventually
was
do it,
watching out for it.
but just haven't yet.
So,
sorry,
I'm going
guys.
to take the opportunity, since I have watched it all the way through, that I'm going to rewatch it. And
He's
try
gonna
to
ruin it for everyone right now.
No, I'm going to try to identify all the
Daredevil
Easter
is
eggs in
secretly
there.
Big Bird.
Big Bird. Yeah, that. How do you
all
get to
on
Sesame
Sesame
Street? Right through Big Bird's.
Right through
court.
Hell's Kitchen.
Today's word of the day is pain.
Sponsored by the letter D for death.
Oh, God, we got Count Dracula over there. Let's count the bully shots. 1.
How many
Dude.
bullets do I see here? One bullet hole. Two bullet holes.
And Cookie
Oh,
Monster's
God.
just looking for a fix.
That's bad. That's
Yes.
So whoever gets to hell first starting the grill, right? Just so we're all in agreement. Before we continue with this.
Yes.
I can pass
Okay.
it on.
Real, I'm going to have, like, lakeside property, so I'm good.
In hell? Wouldn't that be lava lakeside property if it was in
Whatever.
hell just going that
Thank you.
far? Uh-oh. Okay.
Yay.
Okay, things are being slowly passed around.
It's the Rumplemans.
Dangerousness. Oh, wait. No, she's bringing the other one.
Okay.
Wait, no. Okay,
No.
Yeah.
No, I got one right here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got them.
bringing Sprite back.
Oh,
Those are the
the-
sprites.
Sprite backs.
I don't,
Give us a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Paul's too manly for a sprite back.
Right.
I'm not going to get into that story.
We won't be able to clink these just because they're
Hit the mic.
They're full to the brim.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. We
Cheers.
can't
Bam.
really clink them, so.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Hey, my sinuses cleared out.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll
Oh,
get you there.
man. It's like adult cough syrup.
What are you talking about?
Like drinking mouthwash.
It's better than a cough syrup.
Adult cough syrup.
Oh, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
refreshing.
What
Oh,
if
it's
like
great.
a bubble gum Rumplemans?
So I think this is a good point for the intro.
Oh,
yeah, we need
God
to
damn
intro
it.
this
I always
shit.
forget. I thought we were mid-show already. My bad. Anyways, welcome back, guys, to the Last Call podcast. My name is Philip Bracco. Today with me, I got Jimmy Salazar,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Nick Stone,
What?
and Paul Adami.
With maximum effort again.
There it is. It's
As
back.
always.
It's back.
The catchphrase
Took
is
a hiatus
back.
for a week.
Yes. I may be
You just got
wearing
lazy.
a Captain America shirt, but Deadpool's still.
Deadpool all the way. Guys, we dropped the ball. I don't know how much of what we were just saying is actually going to make it into the show since it was all pre-intro. I'll try to squeeze it in somewhere, but
It's cool.
we were supposed to talk about Daredevil this week. I have not found the time to watch any of it. Nick just moved into a new apartment, and Time Warner is being a real dick about it.
Time Warner. I mean, what do you expect from Time Warner?
Truth.
I expect prompt service.
True that.
They
I love
even
the
have
I love
the
this
commercials.
delusion
Myself
of
off.
reality
I
you live in.
expect-
No,
gentlemen.
they have
to
the
get
commercials
exactly
right now.
what I'm paying for.
Right.
And
They
that
have the
usually doesn't
commercials-
happen.
They have the commercials right now saying, we'll give you an exact hour, we'll be there, and we will be there.
Well, they lied.
All right, I guess we're taking that into consideration.
No.
Actually, speaking of that, I still need to call Pizza Hut because they fucked up my pizza order the other night when it was raining. Fucking
Did they?
ass and titties?
Speaking of Pizza Hut, does everyone know that like the Wing Street thing is like officially just like a part of Pizza Hut?
Yeah,
Like-
I thought it was for a while.
Okay, well, I was under the mindset that like only some Pizza Huts had them, and like it was like a combination of two restaurants.
Oh, no,
And then
okay.
it was always owned by Pizza
Yeah,
Hut.
it
I
just-
didn't know that.
It's what they called
That was
their
my bad.
wing thing.
I thought the restaurants where they had, actual sit-in restaurants
Yeah.
had the wing, whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
But
the ones that
so
were
Sam
delivery
told me
only.
earlier she saw a commercial that I can't rep or vouch for their wings. I've never had them.
I've never had
I
it.
am a big fan of hot wings in general, but Sam was telling me that they have like Jim Beam Devil's Cut hot wings now.
What?
Jim Beam Devil's Cut, which is Jim Beam's like higher proof, and it's
Oh, is that
great.
the one with the Mila?
And they're putting it
Kunis
on
in
wings
the
now.
Commercial?
Might be worth a try.
We'll see how that turns out.
That's the one where
Yeah.
they're supposed to take all the whiskey out of the
I
wood.
know. Just random bullshit. Like, if anybody like
I
clicks
hated
play, they're
working
just like,
there.
really? This is what I'm. Hey, side note. Our average right now, like listeners on SoundCloud, the people that are listening, we always joke that it's like 6 or 3 or really nobody.
Yeah.
Our average count on SoundCloud is 20.
Really?
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's a lot
20.
better than
I know.
Who are these
one of
other-
those is usually not me.
Yeah.
Who are these other 17 people I don't know
Well,
about?
because I know Jimmy's not listening to
I've
it.
actually had a few people approach me, like here at the bar, and they always ask about this because sometimes they come in and they see us doing it, and then some people will just be like straight up, like, I listen to it every week, like no bullshit,
That's
like,
some but then again, I mean,
and it's
when
awesome.
you're walking into a bar on 11 o'clock on a Sunday night,
True.
and you just see like 4 guys with a bunch of fucking recording equipment set up on one end.
Singing doo wop on
See,
the
right.
left side of the bar.
Doo-wah,
Are we doing that?
doo-wah.
No,
We're dressed in doo
I appreciate the effort, Paul,
I'm
but I'm
obviously
not.
not-
Come on.
I am obviously not the bass in the group.
Yep, yep, bop.
Oh, yeah,
guys.
we should totally do Rockapella.
Rock. No. Oh
The
God.
Carmen San Diego song.
Oh God.
Wow.
Paul, why did we go
Yes.
there? Why would you go there?
That was a reach of a reference if I've ever heard one. Oh my.
That was like Michael Jordan at the end of Space Jam when he stretches his arm. It was that kind of reach
It was
right
that
there.
reach.
From
Guys.
3/4 court.
Yes.
With everybody hanging off
Oh
of
my
you
God,
midair.
that should almost be the title. It was that kind of a reach.
The Space Jam could have been an entirely different movie if someone would have just told Michael Jordan early on in the movie
That
that
he
you
could
can
do
do
that.
whatever the fuck you want in Looney Tune Land. Why didn't he
Oh,
know
yeah.
that until like the last 5 minutes?
Well,
because
yeah.
it's Looney Tune Land. They don't tell you that thing. Because
No.
like, why did nobody tell me
Not
this? And
until
then
it's
you
funny.
you got
Same
big
rules as Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You can only do it when it's funny.
Ah.
That's true.
Makes sense.
I don't know because
Perfect.
Bugs was
Perfect.
kind of like, oh, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Gave him the water, the sports drink, and it was
Michael's
like,
secret
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, secret stuff.
yeah. I was like, okay,
The placebo.
The placebo.
the same placebo that was used in Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh God! Did you really
God,
go Big
no.
Trouble in Little China reference?
Yes, I did.
I have that on DVD. I'm almost a little afraid to admit that I do have Big Trouble in Little
Hey,
China on
no,
DVD.
there's no
That there
backlash
and
from
I
that.
got it's a twofer with that one and Escape from New York. I have them
Yes.
both of them
There's
two for
nothing
DVD
wrong with
set.
that.
Hell
Nothing
yeah,
wrong
because
with that.
Escape from New York was
Although,
great.
I will say this: I'm upset that there's talks about remaking Big Trouble in Little China.
And didn't they already remake Escape from New York? Or are they talking
They're
about
talking
it?
about that one
Ugh.
also.
There's already been a remake for Big Trouble in Little China. It was a TMNT episode.
Really?
Well, okay, they had that, and they
It
had the guy that
awesome.
was Zhao.
Liu Kang.
Are you serious?
Yes, the
need
guy
to dig-
that.
Dick
his
for
name
this
is
one.
Not Zhao. Zhao is from Avatar.
Oh, sorry.
That's General
Whoever
Zhao.
the emperor was, they got
Trying to
the
think.
same guy to do the
Remember.
voice.
Yeah, Charles something or other.
He did it.
Charles
Oh
Fong.
my God, it was
Charlie Fong.
amazing.
That's awesome.
It was
And
amazing.
then they had all the 3 of the turtles ended up getting possessed by spirits, and they were wearing the hats.
What?
Yes,
It was
they were
awesome.
wearing the hats of the spirits,
That's awesome.
Oh God!
Guys.
and they had the powers too.
Guys, next week, like within the next 7 days, 5 days, Batman v
5 days.
Superman's coming
5
out.
days.
Yes, and I did just order the tickets for everybody. We are going.
Yes.
Thank you. You're
On
like a boss
Sunday.
at this
It's
point.
gonna
Thank
be
you.
great.
Sunday, we're going before the show, so the
Oh.
next week's show is 100%
Shit.
going to be our spoiler-filled review of Batman v Superman.
And we got to still get into Daredevil too.
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, I think we're
I
gonna
think
push
we're
that
like-
to the week after.
You want
Yeah,
to push to the
give
week
everybody-
after, give
Yeah.
everybody some time to
Right,
watch
yeah.
it in, absorb it, because a lot of shit goes down. I'm just not trying to not
I-
spoil it as much as I can, but
Yeah.
what I can say is it is masterful. It is better than the first season. I think so.
I think okay. So when I was, I liked season 1. Everyone saw season 1, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Uh,
had a
except
whole
for
thing about
Sam.
it, too.
A lot of people were kind of just like about season 1. They I might be really messing this up. So someone, if you know, correct me. But from the vagueness that I know is that something about the original writer or director changed halfway through the season. And so people were like, "Oh, the first half of the season was really, really great," and then it just fell off towards the end of the first season. And I kind of think it was the other way around, where not the other way around, but I thought the show picked up real fast right in the beginning, and then there were just constant dips and rises throughout the entire show for me. It never completely just dropped off for me.
There
Most
was
definitely. It
a
was-
couple of lulls
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
in the
There
show.
was. I promise you, this season
That
2.
was-
Anybody who's listening, season 2 does not have that.
I
Almost none of it. There's maybe 1 or 2 moments that has it, but even then, they're tense enough to where you can get through with it.
Well-
but it'll, like I said, it's great. It starts with a bang. It keeps going. When you think it can't get crazier, it does. Yes, I did
Are
play
you
the thong
responsible
song.
for playing the thong song?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the thong song playing in the background because
Shout out to Cisco and his silver
Jimmy
hair.
loves silver hair and thongs. It's just how it
Oh,
works.
nice.
Harry Thongs? Did you
Harry
say
thongs.
Harry thongs.
Harry
Harry
thongs.
Thongs.
Hairy
But
thongs.
I'm going to say
That
this.
sounds like
and
a really absurd superhero real life name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thongs.
So, the Daredevil season 1 did get a little crapped on, but I think it was more from the comic book lovers that really were like, "Oh, well, we want this." But if you weren't a comic book, person, it set it up perfectly for you.
Yeah.
There was no, you don't have any background behind it, and in all honesty, the majority of people don't know who Daredevil is. They
Right.
don't have a reference
Outside
point.
of the realm of the Ben Affleck.
Oh, and even that is just I mean, comic book guys shit all over that every day.
Everyone shits on that every
Right.
day because it
Yeah.
was terrible.
Even Ben Affleck shits on it now.
Which hopefully he does redeem himself come
Yeah.
Sunday when we watch Batman v Superman.
I'm thinking he will.
I
Yeah.
kind of hate to say it. I think it's going to be a redemption.
I think so.
No, I think so too. I'm hoping for it.
Because Nolan has picked out the good things, like
And Snyder. And Snyder.
Snyder
yeah.
as a director, yes.
Batman, what was it? With the Joker, The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, yeah.
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight Rises.
Because if I remember right, Snyder also directed Man of Steel.
Which
was I right on that?
hated.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Oh yeah, Nolan directed the Batman trilogy.
yeah,
then
and
Snyder-
Snyder
yeah.
did Superman.
But like
Yeah.
you're right. Chris Nolan is on as like not an executive
on as
producer,
a
but he's
producer.
helping.
He's doing
something,
the same
right?
thing.
Yeah.
He was doing the
Some
same
type
thing
of
that
producer.
Joss Whedon was doing.
Yeah, he's there.
He's
But they're
leading
good-
and
Yeah.
writing
I mean,
the Bible.
The
and
term
holding it.
producer it's kind of odd too because if we weren't to go on that, actually they do. I found this out. They list Eva Longoria as a producer for John Wick. Which
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if any of y'all. I mean,
Is Keanu
was
fucking?
weird.
have you seen John Wick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, John
Oh,
Wick.
that
John
was
Wick
amazing
was
shit.
And now they're making a
surprisingly
second
good.
one.
Yeah, and they're
making a
coming back
second
with it
one.
too. You seen the video with him training to be for John Wick 2? Holy
Yes.
crap, man! That man can handle
Yeah.
fucking firearms like nothing.
And he's 52, 51.
Is he?
Yes.
But
Yes,
I mean,
he is.
hey,
Wow.
he is the one though. So
Yeah.
could you expect anything less from the one?
Supposedly he's a real humble
Well, I mean,
guy.
we could.
But
I don't know
anyways,
what
back to Daredevil.
where Whedon fits in all that, but I mean, we saw how dark Snyder got with Man of Steel, which a lot of people didn't like because Superman is usually just a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a little-
DC's been doing the whole ultra gritty superhero thing.
They've been
Yeah,
trying to
they
get
have.
into it.
Marvel's been trying to walk a line, I guess,
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
getting too
Well,
dark.
But the thing-
Marvel's been walking that line now because Disney, and they allowed Netflix to go. Which, by the way,
Thank you, Marvel,
Yes.
if you're hearing.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I can't wait for Luke Cage to come out as well.
yes, if Netflix also got a Moon Knight series, that would be amazing.
Come on, man. Why? I mean, they already got my hopes pretty high. Why you gotta throw random crap in there like
No,
that?
I could see Punisher, Iron Fist, Luke Cage is coming out with a teaser.
I actually just read. I was looking at headlines real quick before we started setting up as to like what we could talk about this week. And one of the things that I saw was it's confirmed that the director of the Benedict Cumberbatch show Sherlock is going to direct the first 2 episodes of Luke Cage,
Oh,
which is very
Wow.
cool. It's very
Which,
cool.
I mean, because Sherlock's a damn good show.
Is he
Damn
supposed to be
good
the main
show.
director? Is
I
that
don't
why
think
he's
so.
thinking-
I think they're gonna be one of those shows that jumps like that. Just lets a bunch of different directors handle the show, but there's one overarching like main producer
That
or
takes care of all of
writer,
it.
and but they bring in like guest directors all the time.
well,
That'd be kind of like how like Simpsons do the whole guest artists in the intro for
Yeah.
like however long the fucking Simpsons have been on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
1984.
Even a show like The Office, like the U.S. Office, all of the episodes felt the same because it was like a team of the same writers. But they even let like Quentin Tarantino and like some horror directors like direct episodes
Like Wes
of
Craven
The
or
Office.
something?
It wasn't Wes Craven, and I'm blanking
Wes
on a name.
Anderson?
No, not Wes Anderson. But
No, I
yeah,
don't think so.
I don't think it'll affect the show in a negative way. I think it'll be cool, but I'm excited about the
it'd
Luke
be,
Cage show.
It'd be really great. I like the whole. I mean, the teaser was what all of 30 seconds, maybe at most.
20,
Maybe it's like
I think
20.
It was 20 seconds.
And they kind of set a good tone for it too. I mean, they kind of went a little generic. It's like, oh, we got a black superhero. We're gonna kind of give it like a weird hip hop vibe because they had that like "I'm the King" song go with it.
Right.
But it also does kind of fit with Luke Cage. We'll see how they work that because he was a pretty good character for what he was on Jessica Jones. So I'm very curious to see what they do when they
But
give him his whole
they
thing.
have different writers. So each Netflix series gets its own set of writers.
Which is, I feel it is appropriate because Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
Well, so
They all
the
have
tone
different
and pace
tones.
that you got, the tone and pace that we got from Jessica Jones is going to be different than the tone and pace that we get from Luke Cage. So
Yeah.
there's that. And then it was confirmed that the writers that wrote Jessica Jones didn't watch Daredevil.
But that's weird to me. I
That's-
know I saw that, but it's weird to me that they wouldn't.
No, that's actually I like that. Hearing that, I like that because if they haven't seen Daredevil, I mean, Daredevil was massive when it came out. Everybody it had a huge reception. So, I mean, any lesser of a director would be like, seeing that, okay, what did this show do that everybody likes so much, and may try to pull some elements from that, which could kind of muddle up the show.
Yeah.
So them not seeing it's pretty good because, like, okay, we don't know what Daredevil's doing. Let's do our own thing. And the end result was Jessica Jones being decidedly different from Daredevil.
Right.
Still a couple little underlying things that happen because of who they are as superheroes, but it's still very much its own show, and I love that a lot. Because,
Right.
I mean, you have Daredevil, which is gritty action, and then you had Jessica Jones, which is more of like a suspenseful kind of thriller mystery deal
Right.
that they're going with. I mean, Luke Cage looks to be more of like a action to the point of almost comical kind of deal.
I think it's going to be a setup for Heroes for Hire.
Oh God, yes. That's what I think we were talking about too. Or I mean, they were giving a whole thing about the Defenders coming up.
Let's leave the Defenders behind if we're really looking at it, because you're not going to have Stephen Strange yet. You're not going to have Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, but Heroes for Hire was a thing, and just have Luke Cage set up for Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
Luke Cage could be setting up now, and they're just going under the guise of Luke Cage.
Right.
And in the show, they could be pulling up Heroes for Hire.
And then the next episode, the next series, in theory, would be Iron Fist.
They've already casted an Iron
Yeah,
Fist.
they did.
and all
It's
that.
some guy from Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones,
Me
so
neither,
I don't really know.
oddly.
I'm not familiar with that actor's work, but yeah, they announced that a couple days
I
ago.
mean, they have the plan going out. Doctor Strange is coming out later this year, if I remember right.
yeah, November.
So you have
November.
enough time to introduce Doctor Strange. We might get a surprise that all of a sudden he shows up at the end. Maybe, I mean, it's a year or two from
but you
now.
want to keep giving the characters their
Their
story.
moments, yeah.
And so you don't want to do a Defenders
Just yet.
just yet, because those characters, unless you're excluding Iron Fist or you're, well, we already had introduction to Punisher.
Oh, God.
So you could introduce the Punisher. You could pull some guys out of the movies to do it, And I'm not saying, A-listers like Captain America or Iron Man, but you could pull in like Hawkeye or Black Widow.
Yeah, somebody that's all smaller off. And it works for them. Like, I mean, dude, John Bernthal is the Punisher right now.
Oh,
He is amazing for it. And, like, I mean, I've said it. Y'all all heard me say it up and down ever since they
Everyone can
announced
hear
him.
Paul's and Jimmy's nerd boner over John Bernthal right now.
no, it's
Okay, no. Let me make this clear. Let me make this very clear. My raging boner for John Bernthal happened way before Punisher, man. I like
Okay.
John Bernthal as an actor. He sold me when Walking Dead came around, when he was a Shane on Walking Dead. So when I heard that they were casting him as Punisher, I was beyond excited. I expected him to do a good job. I did
Yeah.
not expect him to do the phenomenal work he's doing
okay.
in the
So
series.
I'm on the other side of that map. I saw him in Walking Dead, and I felt that he was more of a one-dimensional character with no real presence other than, I'm just going to be the scary big guy.
Maybe two-dimensional.
Maybe
He did a little bit there.
two-dimensional. But,
He was there for a little bit.
but the way he did the Punisher, it's almost like he studied the Punisher. And it came out so
Thank
much
you.
better. I mean, I'm not going to go into any details at all, but he made the, being the good guy but doing the bad things, he justified it. Watching it, he made you feel like he was doing the right thing every time.
And it's great, too, because, I mean, the Dolph Lundgren movie from back in the day, the
Which
more
was-
recent two that came out in the early 2000s,
Right.
it's like, yeah, he was a superhero, but in those movies, you kind of forgot that he was supposed to be a superhero. He's just kind of like an action flick. Just you're watching one guy demolish people.
Yeah.
In the series, they really do a lot to bring him around to make you kind of root for him. And that
Right.
threw me off the most. Like, he does a good job of pulling you into the character of what Daredevil is, his backstory, what's his motivation.
Yeah.
They play with him versus the Daredevil a lot. which I mean, doesn't give out. I mean, they've already everything I'm saying they've already kind of put out in the
Right.
trailers,
Yeah.
but they go into so much that it's every episode's just been a jaw drop. Something crazy happens. And I'm
Oh.
like, shit, I need to keep going.
And I'd like to say the trailers do not spoil anything.
That's good.
The trailers cover like the first 4 to 5 episodes, so you do not know where anything is going.
Will we ever? Do you guys think we'll ever see ourselves in a situation where DC would want to start doing live action series on Netflix?
Or
Well,
Hulu.
considering Marvel's has an exclusive contract with Netflix right now, well, yeah, I mean they're kind of. I mean,
No,
come on, Paul. I know. I see Paul's over here doing some weird stuff on me, but I mean, you see what Daredevil's pulling from. Jessica Jones pulled it over. Season 2 is going massive. I mean,
Yeah.
Netflix might decide to reach over to DC, and if they do, that would be kind of cool. They can do a couple of darker characters.
Well-
Like I remember Constantine got canceled. They could do something with Constantine. I do like I did read Constantine comic books.
So,
Nice.
on that note, CW got to get their hands on Constantine. So, NBC doesn't have the exclusive rights to it. And now that they've introduced Constantine into the DC universe that is on CW, there's fan theories that season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow will be essentially kind of like a Dark Justice League, with Constantine taking the lead.
I remember they were talking about fiddling with a Dark Justice League, where because he does have his own team. Constantine does lead his own team where they do shit that's a little more underhanded that you wouldn't see.
And Mystic more than, where they're dealing with the devil or, any demons and all that. And that's where the Dark Justice League is. It's not that they're bad. They're
Yeah.
They deal with more occult
Yeah, the
stuff,
occult stuff.
that the more popular characters would not really be dealing with.
right. It's the
this.
same thing as Marvel with their Sons of the Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns, or even Young Justice.
That's DC.
Well, yeah, that was DC.
No, it's DC. Are we go? Okay, you're already flipping over on me.
How high are you?
I didn't flip over. I said Marvel, the Sons of
My
Midnight.
bad. But or like DC's DC
All right.
Young Justice. Okay, you want to clarify that. By the way, if you have not seen Young Justice on Netflix, please go. They got
Oh.
2 seasons up.
I'm watching that.
That show is a lot more mature than I thought it would be for a
It's-
show about teenage superheroes.
Yes, it's well, yeah, it's
Nick, have
great.
You seen it by chance? Or you're looking at me like you.
I've seen most of it, I think.
It's
Most
pretty.
of it.
It's I
Off
love
and on.
it.
It's not all been contiguous together.
So I watched the first season on Netflix and then saw the cliffhanger and I was like, where's season 2? Jumped online and it was like, oh, there is a season 2,
Yeah.
but you have to go buy the DVDs. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy the DVDs. Bought the DVDs. Got all the way to season 2 at the end of it. And then I was like, oh my god, this is a major cliffhanger. When's season 3 coming out? Nope, they canceled it. And so,
It's like, isn't that one of those shows where it's like, it's up in the air as to whether or not it's like it is canceled, but there could be more.
Nope.
Like, or
No.
is it just straight?
it's
canceled?
straight up
It's
canceled.
just gone.
It was that way
But-
before, but they straight up said, just no, it's. they're
But
gone.
Huh.
one of the producers tweeted that season 2 is now on Netflix.
Yeah.
Go watch it, and maybe we can make a deal with Netflix to finish up season 3 and close off the story.
I do hope so. I really do, because they did release the trailer for Justice League versus Teen Titans,
Which is coming out
and
in
in
June,
the
I
trailer
think.
they have the new Blue Beetle who's in Young Justice with the Teen Titans, and they're going with Damian Wayne as the Robin for the Titans, which is on a whole nother level. Because
Wow.
Damian Wayne's a badass. If y'all two don't know, if Nick and Phil and everybody else that don't know, Damian Wayne is the offspring of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. If you've seen the first Batman Begins, that's Ra's daughter. So, I mean, this kid's got, already by blood, has the most badass, like, genetics in him. He's destined to be a great motherfucker.
And then he's raised by the assassins.
Then he's
for
raised by the
first
assassins. and
8
son-
years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then in Son of Batman, he goes over and he trains as Batman as Robin.
So he's the youngest Robin on record at
Huh.
8 years old, kicking ass and killing people.
Motherfuck.
You need to, yeah, it is really great. I mean, he even takes on Deathstroke
Oh yes.
Jesus.
at that age. Like initially, it's
Well, by
Jesus.
then he's like 10,
yeah, but he's just an all-around badass.
but a 10-year-old taking on Deathstroke.
Wow.
A seasoned mercenary.
That's crazy shit, man. What I like, going back to, you guys were talking about this, like the Punisher and how good John, whatever his
Bernthal.
name is, Bernthal, is doing. I am quick to side with any character who will kill in the name of justice. Like Boondock Saints, any type of character who's like killing because these people deserve to be killed. There is no like moral issue there for me whatsoever. I'm just like, yeah, they deserve to die. I'm
You're
okay
gonna-
with this.
You're gonna love him. You're gonna fucking love John Bernthal's Punisher. They really, really grab his origins and they use it to a full effect. Like you were like, why am I gonna even sympathize? You actually at some points you do sympathize with him, even though he is this hardcore special forces trained ass, just killing everybody left and right with tactical precision. He does a couple things in the show. I think the one episode, I think it was episode 4.
Watch where you're going with this.
Yes, I think especially those like 3 and 4, like a third of the way through. I know Phil, you're just gonna be like, yes, holy shit, that guy. I fucking love him because he does some shit that pulls you on either end of the spectrum of this guy's a badass to, oh my fucking god, are you serious?
And they change up the origin story a bit.
A little bit, but I'm
no,
okay
they
with it.
not just a little bit. They
Oh, okay,
actually
a
change
lot.
it up a lot.
But I'm okay with it in the context of where we're at.
I am gonna say it confused me at first, and then when the story went through, it was like I did not see this coming. What the fuck?
No,
'Cause
I'm very. Yeah, they did change it enough to kind of pull mystery for the rest of the season.
You haven't finished all the way
I
through.
haven't got there yet, but they've already led the trail that they're making his origin story into something bigger, and I'm very excited to see where the hell that ends up. Because in the comics, his story is the whole his family got slaughtered, he only survived. He's hell
was a
bent
cop.
on revenge. He was a cop, yeah, just hell bent on revenge. They take it on a whole other level. They just kind of rank up everything. They make it deeper. They make it more complex. They make him a character with a hell of a lot of depth. And
That's
it
good.
works really, really well. They also dig into Daredevil more as a person, too, which really helps a lot, too. And then Elektra comes in, kind of starts fleshing out more stuff.
Right, but as a Punisher, they literally put a debate up that doesn't really get resolved, but you sit there and start thinking about it, and the characters, they kind of eventually all bring up their opinions on it, and every time you hear it, you're kind of like, okay, you're right, and then it's like, oh, but you're
You guys
right
are both
too.
trying so hard to dance around.
I'm
We're
trying to
not
say-
supposed to be talking about Daredevil.
It's-
Like,
He brought it up. I didn't say anything.
hard. It's really, really hard. I'm not going to lie.
Here, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm
Like-
not talking Daredevil. I'll be right back.
It's really, really good, and there's so much I do want to talk about, but for your sake, I don't, because I don't want to spoil it. I mean, the only thing I can say about this is I'm not even fully done with this season.
Look, just make a note. I am walking away from the mic, so I do not talk about Daredevil.
Okay, Paul's
Yeah, he
about,
came
this
back.
is
Right,
entirely
just
on
to
me.
say that.
Everything that happens from here is entirely on me until Paul gets back. But I mean, this is gonna sound cliched. I haven't even finished the season, but I've laughed, I've cried, I've been in awe, and I'm only 8 episodes out of the 13 in. And I'm urging you, Phil. I'm urging you, Nick. I'm urging everybody that listens, especially Danielle. I know you're listening. You listen every fucking week. She bugs me. My friend
Shout
from-
out.
My friend from Oregon, yeah, she like literally bugs me. She's like, "When's the podcast up? When the podcast up?"
yeah,
And as soon as I tell her, she goes and she fucking.
That's
hears
awesome.
it. And it's great. I
that's
love
fucking
that.
cool.
Very supportive friend of mine.
Yeah.
Watch it. Just get on it. Because once you start, you're not gonna want to stop. Like I literally had to pull myself off of the chair to go to work and do human things.
That's how it was for me with Daredevil. I liked it, but at any point, like I did with season 1 anyway, I felt like I could stop, like, and it was okay with Jessica Jones though. it was just like I had to be like, oh my god, like I should have been asleep like 3 hours ago.
Yep.
Like,
But I mean,
so if this is gonna be like that, then I'm even more excited now to check out season 2 of Daredevil. Just because, man, like
if you like Kristen Ritter, you're gonna love the girl that plays Elektra. I can't even
Awesome.
remember her name right now, but holy crap, man. Reminds me too much of my ex, but also reminds me what I fell in love with about my ex to begin with.
yeah,
And she's just great. Oh man,
that's good stuff. And every time Netflix like puts out something that's good or just successful in general, I'm always just like, yes, like another win for Netflix. Any like small or large victory for Netflix is always just like a fuck yeah in my book, because I want Netflix to keep growing, acquire more, and they've already completely changed the entertainment industry, over the past 7 years or so.
which is good.
And I hope they just keep pushing forward. Honestly, like
all because the guy who founded it didn't want to pay a late fee on a VHS copy of some
Fuck yeah.
shitty movie.
I remember back in the day
Yes.
actually getting movies in the mail from Netflix, like
You
because
still can.
I know
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can still do it.
I know it's but I just remember in my early pirating days, it was just like you get 3 movies in the mail. I would rip them all real quick that day, send them back. I could get like 12 movies like
Done in
a
a month.
week. It was
We're
great.
Totally
It was
not
fucking great.
incriminating ourselves right now.
Oh well, yeah, well.
No, I mean, man, I've had Netflix since they started doing the streaming on the like PS3 and 360, where you had to pay an extra $2 a month for it.
Dude, funny fucking story. I think a few episodes ago I said something about like I'm personally always very, very late to adopt like new things like that.
Yeah.
Well, when I had Netflix being delivered to my mailbox, and when they started doing streaming, I was like, this bullshit is never going to catch on. Like, I'm not gonna sit in front of my computer and watch fucking. I want the movies. I want the movies in the mail. I want them to. And sure as shit, like hardly anyone gets the shit in the mail anymore. Everyone's just streaming everything on every device we possibly can.
But then they do
it's
have
cool.
some titles that you can only get.
Yeah, it's true.
On-
But what I
on
really
copy.
want, I would like to see Netflix kind of take an Amazon Video approach, where
I have not used it
if you wanted to, like, what if Netflix just everything was available on Netflix, but not everything was available to stream. But if you wanted to watch something that wasn't available to stream, you could purchase it, and that would forever be tied to your Netflix account. Whether or not they, incorporate it into free streaming or not, it would always be a part of your account because you paid for it. And I think that would be the shit. Because right now it's like people are like, is it on Netflix? No, it's on Hulu. No, it's not. It's on Amazon Video. Or no, now fucking Yahoo's trying to do like exclusive content.
Yahoo's still alive?
Apparently.
Kicking.
They had that the last season for Community exclusive to them.
And how
Really?
was that?
I
I
never saw it.
yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Fuck it, I
They
guess
got
I'm
their
watching
season
it,
6.
and I'll let y'all know what's going
And
on.
they're
how many
still
people
trying for a
left
movie.
before they did that season? Didn't like Donald Glover?
Donald Glover left and came back, I believe.
Okay.
But that was a couple seasons back. If
Yeah.
he's not in there, I'm not watching it.
Uh,
Sorry. I'm a
they-
big Donald Glover
Chevy-
plus.
Chevy Chase was fired. for
Yeah.
another project.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Chevy Chase kind of went off the deep end,
they
and
literally killed his character.
God damn.
Whereas
I mean,
Donald Glover moved and went to another college or sailed around the world or some shit.
God
like that
damn.
For like a year or 2 years.
That-
some shit
that's
like
hilarious.
Jesus Christ. That escalated really quickly. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
geez, Paul, you've been gone forever. What were you pooping?
No, I was having a cigarette too.
People-
I know,
But-
but they didn't know.
But somebody just asked me about the podcast, so I gave them the information. So hopefully
Cool.
we'll get another follower.
Awesome.
All right, ever growing, ever growing.
We're talking about Netflix in general, just how awesome it is, and how we want.
And if there should be a sex toy.
Connected to your
Service.
Netflix account?
Guys, we all know that
Just
by
get
the
sex
end of
toys
the
in the mail,
year,
like, I gotta rent
several
this.
different companies are putting out VR headsets, which will not only revolutionize I don't know. Porn
I did
specifically.
see-
We're
I
just
did see
getting
a
closer
video
to the
about that.
floaty people.
You got that.
the fat
You're gonna
people
have
on the floaty
360
chairs
video
from
porn where
Wall-E.
you can look around the room.
Right.
When
They-
you get bored.
I
It's
saw a
just like-
video on BuzzFeed about it where they were trying it out.
Since I'm always late to adopt every technology or thing that ever, I'm
it, Phil.
calling it right now, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm saying that this whole VR trend is not going to catch on. I'm going to say that it tanks immediately.
I'm giving you one rebuttal to that entire argument.
Okay,
Sword Art Online.
right.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure none of you guys. I know Nick.
I've
has-
seen some of it actually.
Nick has
My
seen
buddy
a little
John
bit.
was really big into.
They
Sword Art
are
Online.
working on a actual Sword Art Online
Oh.
involving this new VR
I
technology.
forget who it is that's working with them.
IBM. IBM.
Like they're making a
Japan.
new
yeah.
show just
No,
for the VR
no,
thing.
they're,
Like they're
making,
making
the
the
actual
environment.
game.
Oh wow.
They are
Oh, okay.
making a Sword Art
No shit.
MMO.
That's cool.
For VR.
Do you die in real life if you die online?
I'm willing to risk it. I don't give a fuck.
So we're just one step even closer to the fat people at the end of Wall-E.
Wall-E?
yeah, like I just said.
Holy shit, man.
Is that what you? Oh, I
Wall-E.
didn't hear
I
you.
was trying to make the
I-
yeah.
You're not,
Or
you're
we'll
not
just
close
end
to the
up-
mic. Get closer to the mic.
Or just yeah, just yeah, put it all the way in
just
there.
eat your
No,
mic.
just
Yeah,
Eat it.
I don't know. Have any of you read Ready Player One?
No,
I
have
have not.
It's on my
It's-
list.
Yeah, it's a lot like probably gonna be being a lot like that.
Huh.
right on.
The writer is from Austin, by the way.
Really,
Forget his name, but yeah, he's from Austin. Drives a fucking DeLorean,
that's fucking sweet.
Motherfucker.
and
That's
he's
badass.
acquaintances with George R.R. Martin.
What?
Yeah,
Damn. All right. Cool.
just
Dude,
random
that's like-
tidbits. I
That's
don't
like
know.
the pantheon of nerd.
There's I watched some documentary. He was a major part of it, and it was the one where they went and dug up all the ET cartridges out in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh god,
The worst
Atari
game in the world.
ET. Wow.
I actually remember somebody, because I'm old enough to remember this. I remember somebody that had bought it.
I played it. I didn't
Uh,
play it.
I
too.
played it in the 80s. and
I
it
was actually just telling.
Oh yes.
Domo?
Yay, Jello shots.
Sam,
Hell yes.
Sam,
Uh-oh.
you're an amazing
Sam?
bartender.
Shout out to
Sammy.
Bill. Oh no.
No.
Oh.
Aw. JELLO.
Oh no.
Hurt the shoulder there.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, good stuff. Those are the ones that I think these are the ones that Stephanie made. No. These are the
Sam
ones that
made
Sam
them.
made.
No,
Yeah.
Sam, I think
Sam made
Steph
these.
the blue.
Sam made redheaded slut Jello shots.
Oh, those were amazing.
and they were so the like portions of everything were fucking perfect. It was
I-
awesome.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
say that, and
I would love to see that recipe on this.
Yeah, I could throw it up there. We just
I've done some
Googled it.
hardcore partying, man, and the girls here have easily made the best Jello shots I've had in a long time.
Yeah,
That
it's too easy to.
That's not even no kiss up or anything.
To
That
be
is-
fair,
Well, I was gonna say,
To be
did you
fair.
have my Jello jigglers from the Christmas party?
Yeah.
They were up there.
Those are
They
good
were
too.
up
Those
there.
were
Your
good.
Jello jigglers were amazing. Paul.
those were good.
But
all the shots that they've made are good. But to be fair, it is too easy to fuck up Jello shots.
Oh yeah.
'Cause they're
You just
simple.
put like a smidge too much, like
You're
vodka
done.
or whatever, and they just turn out like slimy and gross.
Right.
Like, they look like snot. The
I've done
texture is fucking gross.
Hey, I'm
No,
not
but
very
all of these were great.
slurry.
I don't know-
Stephanie actually
You're
made.
awesome.
Steph made some with tequila, and we
Yeah,
were
the
like,
1800?
we
yes.
were like, that
1800.
sounds terrible, but I liked them. I liked them a lot.
Yes,
that was
they were
cool.
delicious.
They were good.
We had a good St.
She
Patty's
made it
Day.
with
ladies and
1800.
gentlemen.
Yeah, same. Honestly, over the past like 4 years, yesterday was the slowest, by far, the slowest St. Patrick's Day party we've ever had. But it was still super fun. It
Oh,
was.
yeah.
It was a fun time.
It
It was
really-
fun.
I mean, if anybody's listening, I mean, shit, stop by the bar. Come over here. Fucking still live in San Antonio, man.
This coming Saturday, zombie party, right
Oh,
before
yes.
Easter. Zombie Jesus will be present.
Supposedly zombie Easter Bunny too, or at least a couple of them.
Probably a zombie Easter bunny or two. Zombie Virgin Mary will be there as well.
And I know
I've
we're
got
building
a
up
bunch
for my Joker
Walking
birthday
Dead
party.
temporary
Joker
yes,
birthday
we're
party.
getting ready slowly.
Speaking of which, shout out to Nick's shirt. I didn't even notice it until like 10 or 15
his
minutes
Joker
ago.
Loki shirt?
Yeah,
His
it's
Jokey?
badass.
Yeah, that's
Here's
great.
fucking
Jokey,
awesome.
Loker, what do we want to go with on that one? Jokey?
It's jokey.
Jokey? We're going with Jokey.
'Cause that's
Yeah.
what it
Shirt even says
jokey.
jokey. Yeah. I do like that. It's actually really well. That,
Looks like that's what it says.
That
It
sounds like
says
that-
it right there.
that would be a hell of a crossover
This is a
comic right there.
Man.
Joker and Loki.
Oh man.
Speaking of that fucker,
That'd be
is Loki? Are we expecting to have an appearance from Loki in Civil War at
No.
all?
I think he's gonna come out in Infinity, or
Yeah,
the
'cause
Infinity Wars.
Ragnarok,
Thor's
maybe.
Thor's
Ragnarok
gonna be
for sure.
Thor
I think
and
yeah.
Hulk are out of this one because Thor's dealing with the issues that's gonna be brought up in Ragnarok.
So they've already said that Hulk will be in Ragnarok.
Yes.
yes,
They said he
I
will be
heard-
teaming up with Thor for,
So that's
for
interesting
Ragnarok.
to see what the hell they need to take care of. Where
And-
Hulk
Which
and
is probably
Thor
where
need to
and-
do it.
his bit,
and-
he went with Thor, followed Thor.
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah,
or
yeah.
somehow he
Yes,
gets
like
pulled
that.
into
Yeah.
it.
Over in Asgard.
Right.
Asgard.
Asgard.
Thor's like,
Sorry.
I need
But
you, Banner.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
And I'm angry, girl. Okay.
Okay, and okay, so next week, of course, we got Batman v Superman, and right now they're really pushing the campaign, like on Facebook and shit, like Team Batman or Team Superman, and we all know that at the end of that there will be a resolve. They will join sides. They have to.
Right,
They have
right.
to for
They've
the greater
shown it.
good. They have to,
Right.
and they've already shown it in the trailer.
Exactly.
But if you had to pick, what side would you guys be on? Starting with Paul,
All right. So
the
I thi-
Batman
I
aficionado
think
that
we
you
all
are.
know that it's gonna be Batman for me.
Okay,
Uh,
why?
I think they're gonna go with the Frank Miller concept of Batman's
Oh,
prepped
yes.
all the way through, and he's gonna have an answer for everything to a certain point. And at that certain point,
Will he
instead
have
of-
an answer for why Daredevil sucks so bad? The
Well,
if they made a
He
reference to it, holy shit, I will like walk out of the theater right there. Like, nope, that's the movie for me.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
so they're not going to break the fourth wall in that sense.
Of course, of
it's
course.
it's
Yeah.
DC. You know, Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds got to break that wall.
I mean, he was producer in that movie too, so I mean,
Right, right.
it had to happen. It was a given.
But in this one, I think it's going to kind of follow the formula that Frank Miller laid out in Dark Knight Returns. So we're going to get a lot of that where he's prepared enough, but not
I think
enough.
the pacing in this movie is going to be off the fucking charts. Like I don't think there's going to be a single lull in this entire movie just because they have to cover so much ground. And even at 2.5 hours or 2:45 or whatever the fuck it is, I think this movie is going to be like packed to the brim with fucking everything.
So what I've thought about, and I've kind of looked at the third trailer. I haven't seen the second one yet. I've kind of looked for it and haven't been able to find it. But the first half of the movie is Batman and Superman fight. The second half of the movie is going to be going to Apocalypse, where Darkseid is, which will introduce the beginning of why they need to get the Justice League together and
Yeesh.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that that's where it's going.
So you're Team Batman.
You're right. Team Batman.
Okay. Nick?
Wonder Woman, so I can stare that ass.
Fair enough.
No, but more likely I'd be Batman.
Themyscira at that ass.
No, you're gonna smear that mascara.
I don't know.
We going
Jimmy.
unanimous, man. I mean,
Your own bats?
bats,
Beat
man.
man.
Because me and you, Phil, have a similar disdain for Superman's character
Yeah.
in general, and I mean,
But
It's-
because of that, I'll get to that in a second. But because of my disdain for Superman, if I had to pick like straight up like who's gonna win in a fight, I would put my money on Superman because
Oh.
it's Superman.
and I got to say, unfortunately, if the fight, even in Dark Knight Returns,
Yeah.
if it was allowed to continue all the way through, Superman would have won. No question about it. Hands down, Superman would have won. And the
Right.
comic allowed for Superman to quote unquote win because in the comic book, it's been like 20 years, but spoiler alert, Batman has a heart attack, you know.
What? That's what takes
that's
Batman out?
not the first
I'm
time.
done. I'm off the
Well, no,
podcast.
'cause
I'm out of here.
no,
because
No, I'm
they
just kidding.
also in Batman Beyond, they also kind of hinted at too why he stopped, because midway through a gig he's doing, he has a heart problem. He's like, "Ugh," and he pulls a gun out from one of the people, like from one of the criminals he knocks out on another one, and that's when he's like, I can't do this anymore. And even at the end of Justice League Unlimited, when they show Terry McGinnis all grown up, they show Batman withered. He's like, probably in his 90s at this point.
Yeah.
Just wheelchair bound. He's relying on heart medication.
Oh, I would watch the
So
shit out of that movie.
He has heart medication. He has
Old
heart
ass
problems.
Batman, like
But-
90-year-old Batman, just trying to do crazy senile shit, like,
But-
but in the Bat costume.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
But
It would
they're
look
not
like
Going
Mr.
everywhere,
Burns.
demanding his senior
they're
discount.
not going to have. Yeah, but they're not going to have Batman have
you know
the
who I
heart
am?
problem.
Oh my God! Stop.
I think they're going to figure out that they're on the same team halfway through the movie, and I think they're going to go to Apocalypse to start fighting Darkseid's forces and all that.
Oh, but yeah. So Jimmy, we were talking about what side you were repping, and you said Bat.
Definitely Batman, man. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, even Superman himself has admitted the most dangerous person on the planet Earth is Batman.
Well, that's the comic book version.
It is the
of
comic
Superman.
book version, but I mean, like we were saying, if it goes all the way down to it, it's Superman at the end because of Batman's own mortality. But there's also something else we do forget. Batman, no matter what, just does not kill. He refuses to do it.
Right.
Superman has crossed that line more than once on a few occasions.
Well, did it like
Whoa.
Superman used to be like very anti-kill too, but in Man of Steel he just straight up snapped Zod's neck
there's-
at the end.
Well,
There's that.
Spoiler
and then
alert.
the Injustice comic,
been a few
Joker
years.
tricks him into killing Lois Lane and his son, and he punches a hole through Joker.
well, and that's a
Oh, I
separate
remember
universe,
that. I
though.
actually.
That's a separate universe. Though.
It is, but they have shown, even in the amount of separate universe. I mean, there's only one universe they show where Batman's willing to kill somebody,
Who
and
is
that's when it wasn't even Bruce Wayne.
Who was
as
it?
Batman. It was his dad. who
No,
did
no,
it.
no, no.
What?
If we're gonna call it the way it is, in the one universe, when we get outside of the 50s,
Yeah.
Batman shoots a gun and kills Darkseid.
Yes.
That is
Darkseid goes down like a bitch with just like a gunshot.
Well, it's
Like
one
blah
of those.
blah blah.
It's one of those special guns that.
Oh,
can
it's a
shoot
special
through
gun.
time, and so it shoots backwards in time.
Of course it did.
And that's the only time that Bruce Wayne in the current comic books is like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
I swear to God, if we get to the end of this movie and Superman's like, the shit has hit the fan, I'll fix everything, and he just like flies around the world backwards a few times,
A lot like Superman 2.
I will not watch another.
That's
I will
not
not
will
watch
demand
another.
my money back.
That's
Yes.
the first one.
It was the first
Yes.
one?
Yes.
I thought it was.
I'll
we
be
had
right
this
there.
movie already.
Oh shit! I gotta go back to my classic.
It was like
Superman
Batman's dream, or it's on a supercomputer or some
Oh,
shit like
God.
that.
The
Oh
simulation.
God.
It was the first one.
Okay, I gotta look at that. I gotta
Yeah, it
go
was
back and rewatch
Christopher
that.
Reeves in the first Superman movie flies around the Earth, spins it back, and somehow rotates time, and then
Because that's how that
saves
works.
Lois Lane, and then stops Lex Luthor's real estate schemes.
With
Ooh, speaking-
what's his name looking like John C. Riley before ever knew who John C. Riley was.
Oh.
Dennis Hopper? No, it's not Dennis Hopper, is it?
No, Kevin
No.
Spacey.
Kevin
I'm just
Spacey,
gonna
there you
back
go.
off for the mic.
It was Kevin Spacey. Oh my God.
No.
Oh shit.
But I think Kevin Spacey to date is the best Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman did a great job though.
Gene Hackman, I think that's who I'm thinking about, maybe.
Gene Hackman's the man. Almost
Yeah,
in
yeah.
almost everything that he's in.
Yeah, but Kevin Spacey. man. Kevin
Right,
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey is also. Great.
I much rather prefer like House of Cards Kevin Spacey to anything superhero related with Kevin Spacey. Just
Well-
I'll take a Kaiser Soze Kevin Spacey before I take any
Well,
like
okay.
a
Lex
Lex
Luthor.
Luthor.
I hate to say
Fucking no
this.
way.
On Superman Returns, Kevin Spacey was given a script, and it's like, oh, you're gonna be a great Lex Luthor, and he goes yes, and then they're like, here's the script, and it's like, oh, I'm a real estate mogul again, you know.
Yeah, okay, right now, we don't know much outside of trailers. We have no idea who's going to be the best, who's going to be the worst. I will not give Jesse Eisenberg as much shit as a lot of people give him, but right now, as far as we know about this movie, I'm saying that he is going to be the weakest link of this movie, just because we constantly keep seeing Jesse Eisenberg in these roles where he's trying to be more menacing than he could possibly be at all. Like, I don't believe you at this point. Like, you just look like Jesse Eisenberg pretending to be a bad guy.
Yeah, there's that. And I kind of also, I want a Lex Luthor that's more Machiavellian, and I don't think it's going to come across that way.
It's not. But the other problem too is they're also going with Lex Luthor with
Lex
hair.
Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call him
Before
hair Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor. But,
But there are some universes that have Lex Luthor with long hair.
but like Jesse Eisenberg with that
Right.
medium
Mop
length
top.
orange hair.
But my fear for Lex Luthor is that he's going to try to act like a Machiavellian,
and it's not happening.
and it's not going to come across that way.
Side note, we're talking about Jesse Eisenberg. I just saw, literally an hour before we started recording, I saw the trailer for Now You See Me 2. Am I the only one that fucking hated the first movie?
I didn't even give it
I
time of
didn't
day.
even
I
watch
have no
it.
idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, the guy that is the current Hulk,
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, yeah, whatever. They're all in this movie about magicians.
And Amy Adams.
Amy Adams, yeah. They're all in
Forgot
this
she was
movie
in that
about
one, too.
magicians,
She's a redhead.
but they're like magicians and also criminals, which is weird. I don't know.
And they're not criminals at the same time. They're
I should know way more details about this for as much as I hate it, but me and Sam watched the first one, and I thought it sucked, and there was no way that they could possibly come up with a sequel, and they did, and now there's a second one, and I'm not looking forward to it at all. Anyway, back to Batman v Superman.
John
okay,
Malkovich
Yeah, we'll go.
as Lex Luthor.
Wait, who?
I don't know.
Oh,
That'd be funny.
You know what? That would be amazing. John Malkovich as Lex Luthor would be amazing.
yikes. Yikes.
Wow.
I should just go cast for Hollywood now.
Just be a casting director.
Well, it's the
Let's
same
go
thing
get this
as
guy.
it's the same thing as I could be, the producer or director and be like, we need to do this kind of thing, because everybody seems to like my stories, and then Hollywood goes a different direction every time. Like the Amazing
Okay.
Spider-Man movies,
But
would've
we
been
are
great.
weird too, so I mean,
The Amazing Spider-Man movies would have been great if Spider-Man never met Norman Osborn. The first two movies, don't even see him. He's in the background. He's doing stuff. You never meet the ultimate bad guy.
Did you just say that every superhero movie would be better if you were directing it?
No, writing.
Like-
Writing.
Oh, okay.
okay.
But definitely it would be
Okay.
better if you were writing it. All right.
Not everyone, but there are
90% of them would be.
because I wanted Ant-Man to be a heist movie.
Could
And
you have fixed the
we-
last Fantastic Four movie?
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Nobody.
I didn't see
Nothing
it.
was saving that, Paul.
Well, no.
See that
Because the
horror.
problem is, in that movie, you have the last 20 minutes where you finally meet the ultimate bad guy, who's
I
Dr.
honestly
Doom.
never watched it.
What? No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Doctor
what's worse-
Doom is the main villain in a Fantastic Four movie.
Right,
Who would
and
have
he doesn't show
thought?
up until the last 20 minutes.
Wait, what?
But
wait.
But the problem is how they involve Doctor Doom into the whole thing. And the introduction of how they get their powers and all that is horribly wrong.
He was injecting something into his penis, right? That's what
that-
he's doing.
that-
Okay,
You
he
know what?
was into sounding.
You know what,
Leave him
Nick?
alone.
That would have
Everybody
been
has a
better.
thing.
That would have been
Would've been
better than what
fantastic.
happened in Fantastic Four, the new
He's
Fantastic
like the
Four.
weirdo janitor, and he's like, "Hell yeah!" Like, here's some of their blood. I'm gonna inject it into my
Sweet.
penis.
That would have made a better origin story than the one that was in the Fantastic Four movie.
Let's just start writing comic books.
Right.
Seriously.
Paul, and I,
That's the villain origin
trust
story.
I trust your back knowledge, your almost encyclopedic knowledge
Okay.
of comics. But man, dude, Fantastic Four has just been dead in the water since they even tried.
I think some franchises just can't pull off.
I mean,
this
only
shouldn't be movies.
I only like the original Fantastic Four group just because I wanted to see Jessica Alba in a tight bodysuit. That's the only reason.
And I think that's the only reason why most people saw those
But
movies.
the problem
Yeah.
is,
a couple of random scenes where she didn't know how to control her powers and she was naked.
right,
That's why it
right.
happened.
But the problem
That's what I'm here
is
for.
that the writers didn't know the original material. They were
Shots.
given essentially they were essentially given a Bible that said these are the things that have to happen. And they were like, oh, well, this is all we have to go on? Okay. So they send Doctor Doom in the original Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
They send Doctor Doom up with them. Oh, sorry, Victor Von Doom. And then he also gets a kind of power that he doesn't have. In the comic books, Victor Von Doom has mystical powers, but decides to turn away from that and make an armor, kind of like Tony Stark.
Uh-huh.
And that should have been anything along any Fantastic Four movie where he just kind of does that. He's not involved in the scientific research that sends the original Fantastic Four up into the space. He just is a Latverian, ambassador that just happens to make a suit of armor and fuck shit up because he's a genius. And we don't get that. Instead, he's always part of the team that makes that kind of shit happen. And by the way, in every movie, if you watch it all the way through, he never actually helps out in any way. He doesn't make anything happen. It just, he's there and he's a super genius.
Just to have the presence there
Right.
of the genius.
Right. And you don't need that. You don't need him studying at New York University, with Reed Richards, kind of doing a Venture Brothers kind of thing where all the supervillains
Venture
are
Brothers.
also,
Wow.
you don't need that. You don't need that. And the problem is they keep trying to introduce him in that way. They're trying to Victor Von Doom hates Reed Richards because they were in science lab together one time and something went wrong.
Yeah, that's Venture Brothers.
And no, you're 100% right on that. Like, really? But I think they didn't do the whole Latveria thing just because they weren't too sure how that was going to pan out.
But they mention it.
They mentioned it, but they weren't.
But the problem is they mention it.
But, I mean, like I said, it's
Okay.
like they weren't too big on it. I mean,
It's like 11:55.
let's face it, the superhero movie genre back then as compared to now are completely different landscapes.
But the
I mean,
problem is that they did it this time in the latest Fantastic Four. They did it, and he's still part of the research team that gets them to this other dimension.
Let's be true.
And I'm putting that in air quotes.
Okay. I want a roundtable on it. Did y'all really think this new one was going to be any better than the last ones? All of us?
No,
That's
the
why I never bothered.
the first trailer that I saw, and I do like Miles Teller as an actor. He was coming fresh off of his best movie, which was Whiplash.
that's
Highly
right.
recommend everyone check that out. But that first trailer that I saw looked so bad. I was just like, I'm not gonna watch this at all. Like, not interested whatsoever. Hard pass for me. Like, I did not care.
So I did not go and watch it in the theaters. I
Right.
knew it was going to be shit. They went through, I think, 3 directors for that movie.
I don't even know. I cared so little I didn't even follow the background
As a
of
matter
what
of
was going on with that movie.
Marvel cared so little about it that they pulled the Fantastic Four title.
Please don't.
They shut it down completely. They did not option any of the toys, posters, or anything else to.
Were there toys for the new Fantastic Four
No,
movie?
no, because they
They never-
pulled the option.
Yikes.
They did not let them do anything else except the movie. Marvel was like, no, we're pulling it. Which is also, by the way, why Sony said, yes, we'll work with Marvel on the new Spider-Man movies.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Which yes, I agree. I agree. It's a good thing. But they were making the Fantastic Four an example. And Deadpool was Fox's attempt to show that they don't need Marvel.
Oh, well, they fucking failed.
What,
Nah.
Fox failed?
With Deadpool?
Oh, I thought you said with Fantastic
No,
Four.
Fantastic Four was-
Fantastic Four was made to fail, and they were going to do the same thing for
See,
Deadpool.
you're talking so much about something I care so little about. I just keep zoning out
Oh.
completely.
Okay, so in summary,
Cut the Fantastic Four talk now.
right, in
here.
summary, Marvel pulled the support for Fantastic Four. They also pulled the support for Deadpool,
Yeah.
essentially telling those other movie companies, you have to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Sony that had the Fantastic Four. Failed. And Sony went, okay, you get Spider-Man back. Work with us. Let's do this. Fox went, here's Deadpool. we're doing it without you. Fuck you.
Right.
And it worked out. So
Nick, what'd you think about the Fantastic Four movie?
I saw nothing beyond, I think, the 2 trailers.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, I don't blame you. It was shit.
I was intrigued by a few things, but I was like, there's not enough there for me to go bother seeing it.
even the
Yeah.
thing was not good enough to watch it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was just no real interest.
No, I mean, dude, it was Fantastic Four had such little support. Marvel killed off the Fantastic Four. I mean,
They
not
did.
in the literal sense, but they ended the Fantastic Four in
No,
comic books.
The comic book wise, they killed.
yeah,
the
they're done.
Fantastic
They
Four.
just split.
I
They
think-
killed Johnny Storm in the comic book and ended the Fantastic Four line completely.
That's how bad the new reboot was as an idea.
Well, see,
No.
I think they try. You can't go dark and gritty with every comic book franchise, and I think that the older ones worked better because if you're gonna do a live-action movie for Fantastic Four, you have to go as campy as possible, just as cartoony and campy as possible, because it's just so off the wall. I mean, look at the second one with Silver Surfer and the shitty Galactus.
The shitty
Uh,
Galactus.
Or whatever the hell.
Do not bring back
God,
Galactus.
why
Please
Do
don't.
what?
do I have to
Was
think
that supposed to be Galactus?
It was supposed to
supposed
be,
to be,
yeah.
Yes, it was.
No idea.
It was supposed
Nobody
to be
knew.
Galactus.
Nobody knew, which thankfully only the hard book nerds got the name. And it's like,
Well,
no.
yeah, you're right. A tentacled space being.
We need
It
to order
wasn't even
shots.
like
Yeah.
a solid mass.
Well, when it comes
thing
to
either.
Planet Eaters, I prefer Unicron. So
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I am,
Unicron
I am
was the
fully
best
with
one.
Nick on the Unicron deal.
And I remember watching the Transformers movie. That was
Oh,
an amazing movie.
Oh my god. Now I gotta go rewatch the VHS movie. Just because Unicron is that much of a badass.
Oh yes,
always will be.
with who was the voice for Unicron in the movie?
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. That's right.
It was one of his
Leonard
last roles
Nimoy.
too, right?
Leonard Nimoy was
Galvatron.
Yeah,
Wow.
they
That
got
was-
a lot of. Judd Nelson was
Hot Rod
yeah.
and whatever the hell the name was before he
Oh
became
man,
Hot
I'm running
Rod.
so much
He was
childhood.
Hot Rod and
Rod
Rodimus Prime. There we go.
Have we lost all hope for future live-action Transformers movies?
I think so.
Oh,
Nick
man.
has. It just depresses him.
Will we ever get to a point where it's like the worst?
They
and
need
then
to
But you
take
still
it.
watch the cartoons, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cartoons are
the
great.
cartoons aren't too bad. Even the new one, it's a lot more kid friendly. They've
can we
ended,
see
I think,
Sam
Rescue
Wills do
Bots
Lemon
and they ended
Tops?
Transformers Prime for the Robots in Disguise series, but
Robots in
it's-
Disguise.
it's all right. The few episodes I've seen, it was all right. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Too bad.
It's more of a continuation of Transformers Prime.
Which I'm okay
So-
with. I mean, there's a couple of things where they try to incorporate the movies, and I'm
yeah,
a little
the
upset about
Hasbro needs to stop fucking with shit and needs to take things away from Mr. Bay.
that. Right.
Quit giving him things.
This is why we can't have nice things, people.
Let him go direct Bad Boys movies and car
Bad Boys
commercials
3.
and just leave.
There you
leave-
go, guys. We had a
Leave my
Bad
heart
Boys
alone.
fucking Transformers crossover reference.
Yikes.
We've hit about everything. We're at
Oh
Dinosaur
my God.
levels of shit.
If they're driving jazz.
Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it.
know.
Why are we going there?
Will we
Why
get
are
to a
going
point
there?
where like a Transformers movie is so bad they pull the plug, do a full-fledged reboot, and actually start making good Transformers movies? Or
No.
because these movies make money, unfortunately, these
We're not
movies
gonna-
make
We're
money,
not gonna get a
and if they
reboot.
make money, they're
Yeah.
gonna keep making them.
And I meet people that they say the movies are their favorite thing in the world, and it makes me depressed.
Right. We're not
Yikes.
gonna get a reboot.
Like the gentleman at Jack in the Box.
I
the other night,
remember-
Can we
last Sunday night.
can we convene on this later off the
Yeah.
podcast where we don't incriminate ourselves on recording so we can handle this? Thank you.
I remember, and this is as someone who wasn't even a big, like a huge Transformers fan. I still remember though, like getting chills from the very first trailer, the little teaser that we got for the first Transformers movie,
Yeah.
where it was just the logo. It was like the moon, space, and like the logo, and everyone was just like, "Oh my god,
Everyone's
it's
like,
happening!"
oh my god, and Steven Spielberg's executive director.
Can I
I'm
say
like,
I
fuck
was
yeah.
upset from that first trailer?
From the teaser?
Yes.
Why?
Because
How?
I am a G1 originalist. I watched it from.
I can't say I got the G2 Decepticon logos on the Z right now. Thank you, Nick, for
I
those.
understand
Those
that.
look sick as fuck.
You're
on my
right. That's
car.
cool. But I am 100% G1. I had a real hard problem with Beast Wars. I know-
Beast Wars.
Well, because
I remember Beast Wars. I loved Beast
Loved it.
Wars.
I have
What's
Beast
my
Wars on
favorite?
I had-
DVD, for fuck's sake.
I had a Beast
Was it-
Wars
Nick, was
video
that your
game
first?
for PlayStation 1,
Uh,
and
no.
it was bad.
Transformers
it was real
was-
bad.
the G1.
Yeah, G1. I remember vaguely G2, kinda, but
Right.
But
But
then it
my
was just
first-
nothing for a long time, and then Beast Wars came around. And I was like,
Right.
fuck yeah.
But then watching Beast Wars and then seeing like the ghost of Starscream or Optimus Primal taking in the spark of Optimus Prime
Mhm.
and Megatron taking in the spark of Megatron, it was like, this is not the same thing. When you open up the chest of Optimus Prime, there should be the Autobot Matrix of
Yeah,
leadership, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
I just got
later.
done watching it. No, it was there.
So
I don't want to get in this
spark out
argument
of the
with
chest.
fucking Nick. Nick
He
surpasses
opened
me on
up
this, man.
the Matrix and took
But if
Optimus
you open
Prime.
up the Matrix,
'Cause
that's
he's worthy.
the spark of all of the.
Yeah.
But he only takes the Optimus
But
Prime one.
he doesn't know that. He just assumes it's just the one guy. He doesn't know it's all of it.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason why he becomes what he becomes Optimal Optimus, because he doesn't
Right.
assumed it was just a spark.
Right, but if we're
And it's
talking
not.
about it,
And they even mentioned it's not just Rhinox mentions it's not just Optimus. It's not just a spark. It's the spark attached to the Matrix of leadership. It's
Right.
It's something special.
right, it's a big thing.
And the show it was also a sci-fi show,
Right,
big
but
sci-fi show.
opening up the
Yeah.
the
The
Matrix
aliens
of
and everything.
leadership didn't give you the same thing, you know. And also, how did Starscream get into the past? The spark, the all spark.
He just travels through space and time. It's
right,
like
he's
his
kinda
curse
following everything. Yeah,
from it's just curse pretty
his
much.
spark can't die now.
Yeah.
Either way.
Which is why he was a ghost in the season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, I know Nick knows this because we've talked about it before. If you guys don't know, or if anyone listening doesn't know, one of the members of Slipknot has or had a side project for a little while. He goes
Still
by
does.
DJ Starscream
Oh.
and makes badass music. And I got to see him live
I
one
need to
time
look
here
at
in
this.
San Antonio. There was like a whole Slipknot was playing at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater when that was still a thing, and
Yeah.
he just so happened to also be doing a set as DJ Starscream, and the name just stood out to me from knowing that name, and I was just like, so me and my buddy were jamming, just watching, and
Sorry, we're supposed to play selfie. Not a
and
selfie picture, or whatever.
somebody that was
Selfie
standing
pose.
next to me was just like, "Do you know who that is?" And I was like, "No, I have no idea who that is." And he was like, "It's so and so from Slipknot." And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! He's a DJ." And he was just like, "Yeah,
At
it's
that
good
point,
shit."
You just punch somebody.
And
like,
it's all
you know,
available for free. It's all like free mixtapes and shit that's online.
Nice.
You can find most of it, if not all of it.
Note to self, DJ Starscream. As soon as I get home from this.
Yeah, good stuff. We got Lemon Drops.
If you ever listen to this podcast,
Yeah.
all the way through, Jimmy.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Right, cheers.
Cheers.
Shit.
Beast Wars.
To
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
Predacons.
Maximals.
I did eventually like it when Ravage came through, and he declared himself a Decepticon. No questions about it.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Thank
I just got done rewatching the whole series because I don't have Netflix or television.
So you got
Right.
that.
No,
Fuck
but
you, Time Warner.
I found the redeeming quality when Ravage came through. That's where
And
I
it was a-
like,
And I was watching the extras, and like the writers were like, "Yeah, we just kind of winged things and flew by the seat of our pants." And then we're like, "We were lucky. We kind of made this reference here, put in this little Easter egg, and left this open because then they were able to come back later when they were looking for an idea. And they'd go back and rewatch old episodes, read old scripts, see what they cut out, what they could bring back in.
Huh.
That's what they did.
right. And
But
so,
then again, both guys, I think they were pretty knowledgeable, or fairly knowledgeable about the universe itself. So
right, but it
Somewhat.
felt to me like the redemption came when Ravage came back,
Yeah.
and then explaining the
The whole
history
thing with
of
that.
Beast Wars
I'm
and the reformat and all of that.
Yep.
And then
from archaic energon guzzlers to
right,
the
more
sleek
energy
and
efficient.
slender, energy efficient machines.
And then
of-
finding out that
today.
the Earth was an experiment, which
but from the Vok. Yes, the
Right.
Vok.
Are we ever gonna see like smart car Transformers? Has that been a thing?
We
already?
did, I thought, in Transformers Animated. Well, no, that was before smart cars, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Because
It's
Bumblebee
more
was
that.
this, is this ultra compact vehicle.
Yeah.
Because I think the closest we've
Slash
gotten to
police
that
car.
in any form was the twins from, I think, part 2.
Let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
the twins.
The
They were
giant
great
fucking
con
twins,
vehicle.
they were the
No,
Chevy
we'll talk about
I
Spark.
that.
need. Well, okay, so because I don't know like the roots of this stuff. So but I am a big fan of Tesla. So if a badass transformer was gonna be a Tesla car, like what transformer would it be?
Jazz.
I don't want to say Jazz.
He'd be a
I'm-
Decepticon. He'd be
He would be
pretty merciful
Decepticon for
with,
sure.
like
No,
electric attacks.
I'm with
It's
him
got
on
an
that
electric
one.
weapon.
I don't know why I want to say Soundwave.
No.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
if on that.
Sidewave, I actually
Soundwave.
like what they did with Soundwave when
The
he was the
satellite
satellite.
deal?
Yes, the satellite was amazing.
That was great. And then him coming back as the Mercedes, like, no.
Yeah.
No, he didn't
No,
need to be a
I
car.
like that they
No.
gave him the ability to shoot out Scorponok to kind of hold back.
That was-
that
was
was
Ravage.
horrible.
Was that Ravage?
Yeah, that was
Ravage
Ravage.
was great.
No. And the
Scorponok was
Scorponok was just
that was
going through the desert already.
that was Blackout.
Was it in the in the actual like
In the
movie,
first one, it was
the,
Blackout.
the cinematic movie?
So can I
Was
say
it?
that I was upset with the treatment of the Constructicons?
Yeah. It was Devastator was a separate being from the rest of the Constructicons.
Right, he was that cop car.
No. That was
That was
no. Ah, damn it.
Brawl. They used the name
Brawl,
Brawl in the movie,
Which
when
is
they shouldn't
wrong
have.
for
No, it wasn't
yeah.
Brawl. I think.
And
it
then
was,
they changed the toy to Devastator. No, in the movie it was Devastator, but they changed it to Brawl later on, and for the toys.
Which is still wrong
Yeah.
in so many ways.
'Cause, well, Brawl is a tank for a different combiner though.
Right.
And
For
then,
the Combaticons.
yeah, and then Bone Crusher was the name of a Constructicon.
Right.
Also,
But the fact that they
Whatever.
made the Constructicons so easy to destroy by the two idiots that you were talking about, Jimmy. I was so upset.
well, he had help with the railgun a little bit.
but still.
But yeah, it's still that was a movie that was written halfway and then finished by Michael Bay and his production team because of the writer's strike.
Right. And I was
And it just all went downhill from there, to be honest.
man, we had a lot of.
But
fuck
yeah,
yous in
we're
this
still
podcast.
talking about this, and Nick can keep talking about this, but that's another day, another time.
Oh, I can keep talking about
We'll
it
get
too.
there.
I wanna
I'm
hear- we
certain.
need to have this conversation soon.
It's going to be like a 2-hour discussion one night.
Oh yeah,
We need
we
to-
could talk about this all night long.
if we were gonna do
Why don't we
that-
plan
We
this
could talk
out? So
about
next
no
Sunday will be
crime.
Batman v Superman.
yes,
The following week we can do Daredevil.
yes,
And then the week after, everyone just start talking about Transformers.
we'll all get
Whoa.
super drunk
The
at Nick's house
Transformers.
and watch Transformers and just
Oh.
let Nick pick apart
Oh,
the entire
man.
fucking.
Dude,
Yes.
that's a lot of material we can go through, though. Like, you'd be
I've got the
surprised.
original G1 series. I don't have the movie. I've got the first
movie.
3 movies.
I will.
I've got Beast Wars and Beast Machines, but for some reason my disc 1 does not play in my PS3, but the other 3 do. Don't know why.
I have the original movie on my laptop, so don't even worry about that. I have that. That's required watching.
all right. On top
And
of
I've
that,
got Transformers Prime.
on top of that, when we're gonna have a lull, I also want to bring back comic book movies that you either
Yes.
forgot about or you didn't know
Yes.
existed.
Yes, that and the fake poster thing.
We got a lot of content that we're
Tri-
coming up with that we got to
contribute.
start
Yeah,
working
Yeah,
on.
we're coming up with
Actually,
stuff.
did y'all catch my the fake Mortal Kombat one I found?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It got. I don't know. I think the original post got deleted, so our post on the page got deleted. I was trying to show it to Nick, and I couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, no, that poster was hilariously bad, and had who was on it? Who
was
was
like-
on the poster?
It was like Channing Tatum as Johnny
Cage.
I
Yeah.
do not
that
ever
I
wanna see
could
that man
believe.
in a-
That I could believe.
There was just so
Superhero
much
movie
weird
in any
shit
way.
about that poster. I was
There's
like,
gonna be a Channing
Boys.
Tatum like Magic Mike Mortal Kombat crossover.
I right now I'm saying I'm not going to watch that Men in Black crossover.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't.
No.
I never saw the 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Those
Never
were
saw
funny
it.
in their own right. If you dig that
Right.
kind of humor, I thought they were funny.
I just
Yeah.
don't care for the boy.
Yeah, we're coming up with lots of content, so feel free to chime in on like what you want to see. But me and Nick definitely got to start making some fake posters, or if you guys,
and we should do it for movies coming up too. Just
yes,
Yeah.
hell yes, or
Let's go with
shitty
it.
like
Let's-
sequel posters,
Yeah.
like
oh god, don't get me started on that. With
But
other
Photoshop
movies that
battle, we're
I
doing
am
this.
vocally
we're well
against.
past last call.
yeah.
well, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've been talking for like almost an hour and a half now, but Fuck it. We'll fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
Or
B-Dog,
not.
you got me.
What depends.
A lot of it's going to be kept in. But
Yeah.
anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening to the Last Call podcast. My name is Philip Rocco.
Jimmy Salazar.
Nick Stone, Terrorize.
Paul Adami, still with maximum effort.
Maximum.
Maximum.
Could you ever give anything more than maximum effort?
Always.
Well,
Always.
what's above maximum?
It's still maximum effort.
Ultra maximum. Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnum.
Whatever.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Ladies
Have
and
a good
gentlemen.
night, everybody. I see here. Ha 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 ha. One bullet hole. Two bullet holes.
And Cookie Monster's just looking for a fix.
That's bad. That's
Yes.
so whoever gets to hell first starting the grill, right? Just so we're all in agreement. Before we continue with this.
Yes.
I can pass
Okay.
it on.
Real, I'm gonna have like lakeside property, so I'm good.
In hell, wouldn't that be lava lakeside property if it was in
Whatever.
hell, just going that
Thank you.
far? Uh-oh. Okay.
Yay.
Okay, things are being slowly passed around.
It's the Rumplemans.
Dangerous. Oh wait, no, she's bringing the other one.
Okay.
Wait, no. Okay,
No.
Yeah.
No, I got one right here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got them.
Bringing Sprite back.
Oh.
Those are the
the-
sprites.
Sprite backs.
I,
Give us a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Paul's too manly for a sprite back.
Right.
I'm not going to get into that story.
We won't be able to clink these just because they're
Hit the mic.
They're full to the brim.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers. We
Cheers.
can't
Bam.
really clink them, so.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Hey, my sinus is cleared out.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll
Oh,
get you there.
man. It's like adult cough syrup.
What are you talking about?
Like drinking mouthwash.
It's better than a cough syrup.
Adult cough syrup.
Oh, it's nice. It's
Here.
refreshing.
Wouldn't
Oh,
it be
it's
like
great.
a bubble gum Rumble Minge?
So I think this is a good point for the intro.
Oh, yeah, we need
God
to
damn
intro
it.
this
I always
shit.
forget. I thought we were mid-show already. My bad. Anyways, welcome back, guys, to the Last Call podcast. My name is Philip Rocco. Today with me, I got Jimmy Salazar,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Nick Stone,
What?
and Paul Adami.
With maximum effort again.
There it is. It's
As
back.
always.
It's back.
The catchphrase
Took
is
a hiatus
back.
for a week.
Yes. I may be
He just got
wearing
lazy.
a Captain America shirt, but Deadpool's still.
Deadpool all the way. Guys, we dropped the ball. I don't know how much of what we were just saying is actually going to make it into the show since it was all pre-intro. I'll try to squeeze it in somewhere, but
It's cool.
we were supposed to talk about Daredevil this week. I have not found the time to watch any of it. Nick just moved into a new apartment, and Time Warner is being a real dick about it.
Time Warner. I mean, what do you expect from Time Warner?
Truth.
I expect prompt service.
True that.
They
I love
even
the
have
I love the
commercials.
delusion
Myself
of
off.
reality
I
you live in.
expect-
No,
gentlemen.
they have
to
the
get
commercials
exactly
right now.
what I'm paying for.
Right.
And
They
that
have the
usually doesn't
commercials-
happen.
They have the commercials right now saying, we'll give you an exact hour, we'll be there, and we will be there.
Well, they lied.
All right, I guess we're taking that into consideration.
No.
Actually, speaking of that, I still need to call Pizza Hut because they fucked up my pizza order the other night when it was raining. Fucking
Did they?
Ass and titties.
Speaking of Pizza Hut, does everyone know that like the Wing Street thing is like officially just like a part of Pizza Hut?
Yeah, I
Like-
thought it was for a while.
Okay, well, I was under the mindset that like only some Pizza Huts had them, and like it was like a combination of two restaurants.
Oh, no,
And then
okay.
it was always on.
Full time.
Dance
It's
is
not-
not
no,
on the jukebox.
I don't believe
that makes
y'all.
me sad.
No. I
I've
don't-
looked before. It's
I'm
not there.
sorry.
Unless they changed it.
okay, if I can't find the Humpty Dance, I'm gonna at least play Rump Shaker.
Okay, there
At
you
least
go.
Rump
That's a
Shaker.
good one.
Rump Shaker.
Rump shaker.
You know what?
They have that
You know
whole
what?
album, but Humpty Dance.
We're just gonna do a small little burst of booty songs.
Booty
We're
songs.
just gonna go with booty bop
Oh,
songs.
okay.
All right, just
I
for
like
the hell
it.
of it.
I like it.
Find some 2 Live Crew.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope.
I think they're
Wow.
gonna have like Opie
Oh,
on
yeah.
there.
Wow, there really is no Humpty Dance. That is
That's
sad.
yes.
That hurts my soul. Whatever's
does.
left of it, it hurts.
Yeah.
Have a soul.
But they have
Whatever was
I
left
sold
of
mine
it.
to
and
Chris
Two Live
Bokeet.
Crew. They only have OPP.
But we can do OPP. Yeah, it's close enough to the butt. We can work with
Or
that.
you could do Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts.
Yeah.
Queen, Big Bottom Girls.
No, we heard that the other night.
Fat bottom girls.
Fat bottom girls.
Sorry.
No. We already heard that the other night, so
It's not like the audience has heard it.
that's true.
Nice.
Do it on a boom,
Zoom,
boom,
zoom,
zoom,
and a
boom,
boom,
boom. Just
Just
shake
shake
your
your
rump. Okay, that's happening.
We came so ill prepared with nothing to talk about this week. We're just gonna play sing along for the next hour, where you can hear us singing, but you
Well,
can't hear the music
so-
in the
So
background.
we had a plan, but
Yeah,
we
I'll-
did. We did. I'm
been
yeah.
behind.
I'm
You're
sorry.
busy.
That
Nick,
I dropped the ball there.
thanks to
Here,
Time Warner Cable has
I'll explain.
still not
First and foremost,
do not have fucking
fuck
internet.
Time Warner Cable
Yes.
for
So-
fucking this up for Nick.
Yes.
Keep it on the level. Keep it on the level. Keep it on the
And
level.
now we're actually recording.
Wait, that's
And we're
happening?
kind of on
Oh,
time.
shit,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, we're recording
Yeah.
for realsies.
10:49.
Well, this is
Oh, did you want to wait? Because we can totally not.
It don't matter.
Okay.
I don't care.
no, damn it. We live broadcast. That's what it is. We live recording. So if he wants to
It's
eat
live.
food on the
We're
record,
in a bar. We
Super
do
nachos. Fuck
We,
yeah.
we
bar
do
nachos.
drinks. No, you drink drinks, Phil. That's what you do with them. You don't do them. You drink them.
you don't do your drinks.
You don't chastise
we
inner
eat
Phil
food
on
if
that.
we want. Hey, if you want to do
No one's
drinks, I'm
base-
not gonna
No
discriminate.
expect
Well,
free base and alcohol or anything.
if the neck of the bottle was a little more wider, maybe.
Wowzers! All right.
Just a little bit. Just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit. Anyway,
I don't
Wow,
even know what that was. All right.
we're gonna.
And we're going to
Shots.
the wheel of shots.
Shots. Do it.
Oh,
What do we got?
Cream pie.
Oh
I don't know.
What?
Like a porn cream pie?
no, Rumpelmans.
Ooh,
Rumpelmans.
it's gonna be one of those. nights.
Yes.
Wow.
Hells yes.
This is gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
4 shots of the rump.
Do
Rumple.
the rumpty rump.
The rumpty dance is
It's
a
a
chance
chance
to get your ass on the ground.
We're playing that. I'm playing that now. Dang
It's
it.
not on the jukebox. I've
It's
looked.
the
It's
hump
not.
in his new apartment.
Yeah, so,
So-
whoever I spoke to that night after
Yeah.
that guy came, like, they just didn't bother submitting the ticket that someone was
Wow.
supposed to come out the next
Awesome.
day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
Fucking professional.
so if you don't know, the plan for today was that we were all gonna watch Daredevil season 2
it's true.
from front
And
to back,
Purge on the show.
It's true. Yeah.
and then talk about it and spoil it for everybody today.
Yeah, and Paul's already made it all the way through.
Yes.
Jimmy's more than halfway through,
I'm
I
about
think.
9 right now.
Yeah.
She's,
So-
episode
You're
9.
almost done.
It's-
I literally haven't started it. Nick hasn't started it.
Nope.
I have a worse excuse than Nick. Nick's got a legitimate excuse, but I just straight up have not found the time. This when did it come out? Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday,
Yeah.
11
Have-
a.m. our time.
Have not even started episode 1. Very excited
That's how
to
much I
eventually
was
do it,
watching out for it.
but just haven't yet.
So,
Sorry,
I'm gonna
guys.
take the opportunity, since I have watched it all the way through, that I'm gonna rewatch it and
He's
try
gonna
to
ruin
identi-
it for everyone right now.
I'm gonna try to identify all the
Daredevil
Easter
is
eggs in
secretly
there.
Big Bird.
Big Bird. Yeah, that. How do you
all
get
on
to Sesame
Sesame
Street? Right through Big Bird's.
Right through Hell's Kitchen.
Today's word of the day is pain.
Hey.
Sponsored by the letter D or death.
Oh God, we got Count Dracula over there. Let's count the bully shots. 1.
How many
Dude.
bullets do I